Hello everyone and welcome back to Rise of Industry. I am ObiVanDamme and today we are going to continue our whiskey production. It is already working. We have all the resources we need, and as you can see down here we are already making quite some profit, but we are currently producing I think twice the amount of bottles that we actually need. So what we need to do is to double up on the distilleries and double the wheat production. At the end of the last episode, I think I was talking about doubling the sand collectors as well, but this was some mistake in the brain because, of course, this is already the setup based on the bottle production and not at the current brewery production. So we have twice the amount of bottles already available. As you can see here, they are piling up. So we are producing a bottle every 3 days. And this is exactly the amount of sand we collect and glass we are making. So we need to get more crop farms going. And for them, we are going to need more water. Let's see. Yeah, we can place the siphon over here, and I think we are going to do the same as here. We are building 3, so this water siphon will also supply the distilleries that we are going to build. So let's build the roads to here, and this road go to this direction, and then yeah, I would say we are going to do it like that. We'll build the crop farm here. Does this make sense? Because the distance is actually quite long. Yeah, but the production time is also quite long, so it's 12 days for the crop farms and 12 for the distillery, so this should be fine. Wheat is also correct. So let's add the fields. We need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's see, what is the setup for destination? It is 4 at the crop farm and 1 to each distillery. Okay. So let's do farms. This is crop farm 5. 4 trucks. Alright. This should be fine. And then we need to think about a destination or a placement area for the distilleries. And what I think we should do. So what we're going to need definitely is a logistics building, truck depot or warehouse. I think a warehouse is enough. Does it fit in here? No, it does not. Does a truck depot fit in here? No, it does not as well. A truck depot is a bit smaller. Yeah, let's add a truck depot. This is fine. And then we need the 2 distilleries, and I would like to have them at roughly the same distance. Okay, no, actually this can be quite far away. Well, maybe if they fit in here, we will just place them there. Let's see, where's the distillery? Yeah, and they do. So we will just place them here. Distillery. Alright, so now what we are going to do is we will buy an additional truck, and you will send to the truck depot with 2 trucks, so that half of the bottles go to those 2 distilleries and the other half goes to the truck depot. And then from here should be components. Yeah, we will send bottles to distillery 3. Oh, this is currently not producing the right stuff. We need whiskey. Yep. And we can already set the destination. to this liquor store. Let's do the same thing over here. Production, whiskey. Come on, set it to whiskey, and you will ship to this liquor store as well. And now we can choose. Game is auto saving factories. To 3 and 4, right? Yeah, 3 and 4. 3 and 4, and 1 truck each should be enough. So this should distribute the bottles to all 4 equally. And then, how many did we use here? It's 2 each. Yeah, that makes sense. So we will send to 3 and to 4 with 2 trucks each. And then I'm not sure if water is enough for that. Well, this is also not good. I was thinking about the trade route to this depot from down here. The water is already piling up, which makes sense. Let's start with the Distillery 4 and Distillery 3. But I think this is not enough. So we now have 6 trucks in use. We would need an additional 4 trucks to keep the ratio. So increase this by 2, this by 1, and this by 1. No, this is not the same ratios. Let's see. If water is piling up, we will maybe need another truck depot to distribute the water to the distilleries at the correct amount. So let's speed up the game and see what is happening. We might be able to follow one of the trucks. So these are 4 trucks for the farm. So those 2 trucks should go to the distilleries, right? Did I select the correct distilleries? Distillery 4 and 3, yeah. So now they have the water, and now they are awaiting the water delivery. And it is... where is it? Now it's there. Okay, so this does not work out. We need help with the water supply. So yeah, maybe we can do the same thing. Let's see, what is the... I think the depot was a bad idea, because the costs for the depot are extremely high compared to the warehouse. I think it's based on the initial building costs. I'm not 100% sure though. Well, it's fine, I think. It will be fine. So we will do the same trick as before, which means we will cancel that, and you will send to the truck depot 2, with 2 trucks. So the ratios are the same, and then you will send raw resources? Water. No, this is not water, this is oil, right? Yeah, where's water? This is water. And then you will send to 3 and 4. Yeah, 4, 3, single truck. It's 28 tiles. How much does the water siphon? It's the same distance. Oh, 28 and 31? Did we really match the same distances? 28, 31 and 28, 31. Wow, look at that. Okay. This was totally not intended. But it's great. So this produces enough water, hopefully. So now everything should be fully supplied basically all the time. And ideally, oh, I think it's already working. So we doubled our income, I think. We were at 50 something. Okay, it's still 53. This is not good. Is this all working? Are you constantly producing stuff? I'm not sure. You are awaiting bottle delivery. So you produced 2 units in the last month? How can that be? Oh, a bit short here. Let's see. So this is sending yeah, this is sending 1, 2. So half of the bottles to the distillery and the other half to the truck depot. So if it did not mess up any of the numbers, we should be fine, but I don't understand why this only produced a single unit in the last month. It is lacking bottles. So this produces a bottle every 3 days, and you need 1 bottle every 12 days. So 4 is the correct number. So you produced 1 unit, you produced 2 units. Okay, yeah, 2 units is totally fine. So the amount is correct because it's 12 days. So one thing I don't understand though is we started with the bottle production, right? Or with the bottle delivery. So the bottles should be the one that is, if all the ratios are correct, we started with bottles, this one should have too many bottles sitting around because, well, it received those without the other ingredients, and then after we fixed all the other ingredients, everything arrived at the perfect ratio. But it looks like we are actually lacking bottle production. So there's no glass piling up here. There's also no glass piling up here, and there's glass piling up here. So maybe this one is lacking trucks. It uses 2. This one also uses 2. So maybe this is just 1. Yeah, the distances are... It's a bit farther away. It's 4 tiles more. So maybe this is the reason? Let's see. The glass that is lying around here should go down. It's now at 6. Back to 7, 6. Come on. 5. Yeah, it's going down slowly. So, but now let's see if this actually produces 10 units a day. So, as you can see, this is one of the greatest things, in my opinion, in this game, is that, oh, we have a warning. Wait a second. Orchard is what? Orchard? Do we have orchards? Oh yeah, the orchard for grapes. So you have too much water. Did we build that? Oh yeah, this is just delivering to the farmer's market, right? So we have orchards with just 3 fields, so it's 18 days. Let's see, where's this water siphon delivering? To the farms. Okay. You're also full of water. So maybe Not sure what the issue is at the moment, but it looks like we can just simply add additional fields here. We'll fix this later. So what I was talking about before is that after we set up this production chain now, subtle things or small inconveniences, or what do you call it? I don't know. Things like this one missing truck might cause huge problems in this production chain. So yeah, now we produce 10 units. This is what I was talking about. So now they are produced at least 2 units a month, and sometimes 3, which makes sense. So it's with a production of 12, it's 2.5 units per month. So it's it should be 2 in one month and 3 in the other one, in the next one, and so on and so forth. So let's see. We have no sand lying around here, and this produced. You did not produce enough. You only produced 9, but this should be 10 definitely. So maybe this sand collector. There is sand lying around, so it's not fast enough. So maybe we'll do the same thing here. Is it smelter 3? So no, it is smelter 4. Smelter 4? No, this makes no sense. Oh, because this also really... Yeah, there's some sand pile. Oh, there's a lot of sand piling up here. Smelter 3 and 4. Why is there so much sand piling up? Yeah, so none of the of those guys is actually able to deliver the sand at in the correct amount of time. So we will increase the amount of trucks using here. We use 3 over here. Yeah, we'll definitely use 3 on each over here as well. So let's see if this fixes our problem. Yeah, they definitely are lacking bottles. So you're not producing enough. So let's just set this to 3. Same for here. Oh, this is already at 3. So now everything is working, and this is still on pause. So let's wait for 1 more month. Let's check January of year 6, and then this should hopefully be working. Truck depot, nothing piling up. Water is fine over here. So now you are producing 10 bottles a month. This is fine. No storage over here. Not sure why this is still not working properly. Also not sure about this distribution over here. Because, well, this is just one tile, so it's just across the map. Does this really get half the amount of bottles? Because look at that one. They have bottles piled up like crazy. So it's 40 bottles lying around here and 40 over there, which should not no longer increase. The number is so high because they received all the bottles, which was twice as much as we actually needed. So, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is still, again, waiting for... it produced one last month. It's not good. This produced the 10 units it required. Yeah, and we said every one of those produces 2.5. So 2.5 times 4 is 12. 10. It's 10. Oh god! That was a bummer. But we are only making 40,000. So we built those 2 truck depots to deliver the water and the bottles. So maybe this is the issue. Why we're not making so much money. In the end, it might have been better. I'm not sure. Maybe it's better to just send 2 trucks to each of the distilleries and get rid of this truck depot. What are you costing me? Upkeep cost is 4,500. So this is costing us 5,000. Oh, and now we are at 109,000 for the month. Oh, of course. It's also alternating based on if those produce 2 or 3 units a month. So yeah, we are making good profit over here, I think. I'm very happy with that. Let's just quickly see if Toot is actually growing. And 90,000. Let's take a look at the liquor store. It's almost fully supplied. Almost. So we are now delivering whiskey, and we could also deliver beer. Although I think I would expect beer to be basically the same. Beer on the resources. Yeah, instead of wheat, it is hop. Oh, it's barrels. Wait a second. I made the suggestion to integrate barrels in here because the whiskey is delivered in barrels. Wait a second. We needed a whiskey truck over here. As you can see here, it's in barrels. Why don't we need barrels? That makes no sense. But it's okay. We'll take a look at the other towns and see if there is, or maybe we'll just take a look at Toot and decide on one of the 125% goods for our next production chain. Might be office furniture, it's 20,000 each. But we will take a look at this in the next episode, and we will also fix this. Oh? There was a transport problem? Yeah, they are still receiving more bottles than they need. So something is wrong here. I might have to ask someone what the issue here is. I thought the ratios is determined by the number of trucks, and given that this has two times the amount of trucks and just 1 tile of distance, this is right next door, this should receive at least 50%, maybe more, but it turns out it doesn't, and I'm not sure why. So, no idea. We're making money from this, so I'm fine. And we will take a look at the other products for the next month. And until then, thank you for watching. I will see you next time.